Johnny.
Yo, man, big day.
It is, it's D-Day.
Demon Day.
Yeah, it's time to go get the demon. You want to give me a ride in your car so that we can drive mine back?
Yeah, let's check that sucker out.
Let's do it. On the way to get the demon. We're in the Hellcat.
Yeah.
In Johnny Hunkins Hellcat. Editor extraordinaire. I gotta go at least 500 miles before I dog the car, man. We gotta break it in. You know, this is one of those deals where normally I just get in a car and go, man, and I figure it's gonna break or it's not gonna break. But I've recently read some information about breaking in a vehicle properly, and that, you know, 90% of the benefit of that is done in the first 500 miles, and that it really does make a difference. And I'm gonna give it a shot on the demon.
I drive almost as bad as you.
Oh, look, it's working now.
Well, here we are. Dependable Dodge.
Let's go have a look at it.
Yeah.
I got according to Johnny, I got the slowest color available on the demon.
It's white. Wow. This is the brand new 2018 Dodge Demon, 840 horsepower.
The world's largest hood scoop on a production vehicle right here. Look, check this out. Especially built for Kenny Wayne Shepherd. The 18s, 305 drag radials. I mean, these things just look monstrous. So look at that guy looking at you. If you want, you can come over to the house and we can kind of go over this thing in a little more detail, you know, and
yeah,
go over
do
it
it
with a fine-tooth comb and really dig into the demon.
Sounds good.
All right, man. See, hey, catch me if you can.
No way. I'm not going to be able to catch you.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty boring drive home. Not going to be any real, like, romps on the throttle or anything. This car has been set apart from the rest. If you don't floor it and you're not driving it fast and you just try and drive it like, you know, any other car, it feels like any other car. And that's not an insult. Like, that is, if you don't know how to drive on a drag strip, you're not going to get in this car and run nines right off the bat. This is not like a Tesla, you know, this is not a point and shoot kind of car. This car takes some talent. Well, here they are, nose to nose. I mean, doesn't get much closer than that.
Yeah, you know, on the outside, they kind of look the same, but when you start drilling into it, you can tell that there are some differences.
Right.
Well, for instance, the engine.
Right, yeah, I mean, you can see right here, it doesn't take an eagle eye to spot the orange. I guess that's probably like a Hemi orange type color on the Hellcat motor versus the red on the Demon engine. I mean, that's one of the first telltale signs that something different is going on.
Yeah, those valve covers, dead giveaway, but also you have the supercharger itself, a smaller supercharger on the Hellcat and a much larger supercharger, more volume on the Demon, and of course you have the badges themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for all accounts and purposes, I mean, they're pretty similar, just, you know, to the naked eye.
Similar if you think 80% different content is
I know.
similar. Most of the pieces in this power plant are different, and there's a reason for why they're all different. 840 horsepower.
That's right. Yeah, there's nothing to sneeze at right there. The largest, most powerful V8 ever. Not just American, but ever. And that's pretty significant, you know, and yes, it takes a lot of changes to go from 707 to 840.
Right. And feeding all those extra ponies requires a lot more air. So that's one of the big differences with the Demon, and you can tell where all the air intakes are. You've got extra capacity in the air box right there, a huge air box and a huge air grabber hood.
You've got two different sources of cool air coming from the outside to feed this air-hungry monster.
And there's actually one third source that's hidden, that's inside the fender well. Everything went into it to actually take stuff out of it. A weight reduction program that included everything from, you know, taking out the stereo system and the seats to, you know, lightweight lug nuts, if you can imagine that.
Right.
And of course, there's the obvious things on this car. The wide fender flares, and there's some things that are done that you can't see, such as the powertrain, the axle half shafts. The transmission is different. We now live in an age where you have a 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, and you have a factory trans brake, line lock, you know, a chiller system for the intake air. You can hijack the air conditioning system and basically cool the air coming into the engine. It's just, it's crazy. It's insane. It's like we live in a alternate universe where cars are cool all of a sudden.
And everybody talks about how, you know, that was the heyday. The performance car heyday was back in the 60s and 70s and the golden era. And I think actually we're living in it now.